Love to keep warm in the new year. The most raw dating show in existence wants you to join in on the magic of finding your happily ever after. UpDating is the edgy and thrilling dating show that takes blind dating to a whole new level by adding in a blindfold and a live audience on top of that.
But what exactly does it take to get on the stage as a blind dater for the show? So joining us this morning for a live casting, our hosts and friends, I should say really family of New York Living, Brandon Berman and Harrison Foreman.
This is our home away from home.
We're going to roll you guys at the
You're
going to be in the opening credits very soon.
We should. We would love that, the updating segment.
But welcome back. So for folks who maybe didn't see your first two segments, just give us a little friendly reminder of what the show is all about and how it operates.
Updating, it's a hilarious, you can look at it in many different ways, but in short, it's a comedy show that's a blind date in front of an audience. And they're blindfolded, the blindfolds come off, they see each other, and then someone can steal the date from the crowd in the second part of the show. So, like, a lot of different things could happen.
And we're based in New York, and we tour nationwide now. Because dating in it's been a lot of fun. And dating in every city, people are struggling. They're really struggling. So that's, why we're here.
I think the aspect also that an audience member can then come in and sort of steal the date, I guess, is really the most intriguing aspect to me.
Well, what better way to get to know someone than see what they're like on a date? Like, it just like it kind of, so people, actually, that's usually when it does work, by the way. Like, like if there's a date that works out, that's like, because, there's a better chance.
It could take a Jerry Springer turn.
I couldn't imagine
the audience is like, pick Chris, pick Jennifer.
There's been some of that.
But now you have a growing fan base and people who really want to be on the show. So how do you cast who gets on the show?
It's it's our secret sauce, but we're inviting the viewers to see the secret sauce.
You're going to see it.
Let's get into the secret sauce.
Well, it's cool. At this point, we're getting thousands of people reaching out almost monthly to be on this show. And so a few things we look for, and we're excited to kind of dig into it.
Well, let's do it.
It is exciting.
As I said, two potential victims today. I mean, contestants again today. No, they're not. They're never victims. Of
and
course.
Just to preface, we're not the best matchmakers. We have a couple success stories, so we're more looking for people who are going to be like fun on the show.
We have two couples though that have come out of the show. I will say that we've had two out of like 200.
Hey, listen.
Probably the percentage of real blind dating.
No. I was whenever audiences, I always do like a joke up top. Like I make them think it's going to be this big number. Then I say 2, but then I'm like, by the way, the odds, like if you're on something, like 2 out of 200 is not bad.
Okay. So we have Shamika and we have Christian sitting perched in their chairs.
Welcome
to New York
Here
Living,
they are,
guys.
Future stars.
Oh my God, look at Christian.
Thanks for being willing to do this. So let's start. What questions do we have? How would this go? You have a couple of
Do you want to start with Christian?
I'll start with Christian.
We'll go back and forth.
By the way, Christian, we're not doing an audition for Goodfellas. I don't know what he's playing. And Christian, by the way, obviously your presentation's phenomenal, so we don't even need to ask about that. Why do you think you'd be a good fit for updating? Go on a date in front of an audience and kind of, do that. Why do you think you'd be a good fit?
Why do I think I would be a good fit? I think we need a cultural reset here at UpDating. We need to set the bar higher for all men in New York City. And I think you need a young guy to come on the show to do it. 22 years old, young guy, but an old soul. I'm a relationship, oriented guy. I'm committed. I think that's why you should have me on the show.
22 years old. I have socks that are.
By the way, he acts like he's 50.
I would say he's 22.
The soul of a 50-year-old.
And Christian, we actually met. He was in the audience at a show. Came up to us after and has been following up to be on it. So
very poised so far.
So good answer,
impressive.
Christian. So Shamika, amazing energy. Thanks for applying to be on the show. First question for you: What is one thing about you that would really surprise a live audience? They're seeing you go on the date, and then, oh my God, Shamika, this is a fun fact about her.
A fun fact about me is I love food, so I'm willing to try anything at least once. There's this really cool restaurant in, I think it's the East Village, that sells or serves insects. And I need someone who, I want someone who's adventurous, that's willing to try anything at least once. And so I want to go there and try these chocolate-covered ants.
Oh my gosh.
And so I think that would be something that would really surprise people about me.
I like that.
Would you do? Wow.
You're on the date. Excuse me. Is that an antenna in between your teeth?
Wait, so you would do it on stage in front of the crowd if we brought out some frogs?
I would. I mean, I've had snails before. I've had other.
snails
I
are
have other
delicious.
things. So absolutely, let's
Are a
do
lot
it.
are a lot of guys you go on dates with, are they intimidated by that? That you eat such a crazy foods?
Well, you know, it's something I don't share. You know, right away.
Oh my God.
Do you guys have a question for them?
Do you want to know? We're gonna go.
we could keep
We got to
rapid
get back
fire.
to. We got to get back to Christian. I could
We need
sit
to
down.
know a little bit more about Christian.
And no, both of you, by the way, so far you've done great. I mean, I think you both. So Christian, what's something you would normally never tell anyone about yourself that you would tell us? Because a lot of what updating is, you're opening up in front of a crowd. It's like truth serum. So what's something you would not say? That you're like, I don't want to tell anyone, that you're just going to tell us right now, because this is going to tell us a lot about you, Christian, because I beyond obviously your stature you have, so tell us this.
You know, you mentioned the stature. I am very tall. I'm 6'4". You have to promise no judgment. I do enjoy being the little spoon. And I think that's something that, you know.
Wow, this guy.
Yeah.
He really knows how to get our attention.
He is good. Wow. I mean, wait.
Fascinating guy.
Wait. Oh my God. I don't. By the way, they're both
both
good.
incredible. I would love.
Which is rare.
Should we set them on a date together?
There you go.
I may have to take Christian out and learn it.
Get some dips.
Should we ask Shamika one more?
Shamika.
Yes.
Okay, so Shamika, let's say you're on our show, and Brandon or myself, we say, Shamika, you have one final question to ask your date that will just be like the best first date question you could possibly ask. You're on the spot. What would you ask your date across the table?
That's a really good question. I think I would want to know a little bit about their past. So I would probably ask, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to them?
It's a good one.
Wow. I'm very impressed. They're both actually. And can you also answer that, Christian? Because I want to know now from you. I'm sorry. Sorry, Shamika. I didn't want to. Because you're doing a stellar job, Christian. What would yours be too? Because Harrison, that's a great question.
The question is what I would ask somebody.
What would that
the last
let?
question
Yeah,
would be.
Harrison, reiterate that.
What's that one question you would ask on our show that would just wow them?
Well, you know, I like to think that I would ask, you know, are you happy? Because I think, and I know
very
it's a little bit of a deeper
introspective.
question, but let me tell you my rationale behind it. You know, I find that you can only love another to the depth that you love yourself. And
at this
so
guy.
if you're not happy with yourself, if you're not happy with your life, then that's just going to come out in the relationship. And I think about a lot of lessons I've learned from past relationships and how I could be the best version of myself. And it would be having to make peace with myself, you know, trying to grow and be the best version of myself and try to be the happiest on my own so that I can bring that joy to somebody
What's
else
this
in a
guy do for a
relationship.
Is this Tony Robbins' son?
I was gonna say we're with Tony. We're with like. Wait,
How is he still single?
First of all, I don't know.
shocked.
I just want one thing to maybe throw him off because so Christian, your hair is very important to you. If you were in love, so if you were dating someone, you're in love, you're gonna get married, and she says, Christian, I'm not marrying you unless you shave your head right now, and you have to have it shaved for life. Would you do it?
Listen, Brandon, love is all about compromise.
Oh my!
Perfect. He's perfect.
He's
I
either
mean,
can't
going
set
to
this
get a
guy
date or
up.
run for office and win whatever he runs for. That's for
He would win. He would get elected for something.
So would you pick both these people?
Yeah,
they would make it to the next round.
I'll be honest.
Actually, I would love to see them both on the show.
I would. I'll be honest. I would, and we're not even this. I didn't actually expect that we'd like.
Both
Get
of
two
them. are
winners.
amazing, yeah.
So if you do want to get on our show, do exactly what they both just did.
Great examples.
They're fun, they're
mean-
honest, they're
Yeah.
real. I think authenticity, like that's the biggest thing. They're both. I mean, we love you guys.
Articulate
Good
also.
job, guys.
by the
Good
way.
job.
Maybe
Excellent.
on your next show, which
Yes.
is?
We have a New Year's Eve show.
We're doing a
coming,
New Year's Eve show. So one brief thing we are doing at it that I want to mention. So it's at 10 o'clock and ends at 12 o'clock. So at the end of the show, we're going to say to, we're going to make an announcement. Everyone that's single in the crowd, come up to the stage if you want a new kiss.
Midnight kiss.
Midnight kiss. So,
If you don't have a midnight kiss, come to UpDating. We're gonna make sure you find something.
yeah, at the end, everyone's going to
isn't
come
that
up.
sweet?
It's
A nice finish to the party.
ton of makeup.
I'm still imagining, big man in a little spoon.
Christian. Well, Christian may be there, honestly.
Oh gosh, that's
Guys, thanks so
great.
much.
One of a kind.
That was
Thank you
great
so
having you
much.
guys.
That
Love
was
being here.
amazing.
It's so much fun.
So nice to
great.
meet you
Oh my
guys.